The brilliant minds steering the ship at Apple TV's Monarch, Legacy of Monsters have graciously illuminated the series' intricate connection to the expansive Monsterverse movies and its chronological placement. In a series of exclusive interviews, director Russ Milheim engaged key figures from the creative team, delving deep into the show's nuanced relationship with the Monsterverse chronology. When probed about Monarch's potential tie-in with the upcoming Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, showrunner Chris Black candidly acknowledged anticipate it will, emphasizing that while the show inhabits the same canonical universe, it forges its own narrative path. We all play in the same sandbox that our world is within. The four seem to be 5 feature films in the modern legendary universe, but part of the freedom we had in creating the show was to chart our own path. Black clarified that as long as their narrative doesn't violate or contradict any of the canon, they aren't necessarily required to integrate story. As long as we don't directly violate or contradict any of the canon, as established in the films, then we're not necessarily required to integrate our story into theirs. So there are some plot points and characters that may glancingly cross over. But really, we set out to tell the story of Kate and Kentaro Randa, their search for their father that exists sort of in its own lane. Executive producer Matt Fraction affirmed that Monarch unfolds after 2014 and contributes to setting up the events of Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Our takes place after 2014. We were even sort of existing chronologically before King of the Monsters. So we're doing more to set that up. In this story of Monarch coming to the global forefront for the first time, director Matt Shakman highlighted the awareness required when integrating the series into existing mythology. We are excited about being a part of the Monsterverse, of course, and building on everything that's come before. And we were telling the story in multiple time periods. So we had to be very aware of how we were inserting ourselves into the existing mythology and building off of what those other films had created. Tori Tunnell, an executive producer on Monarch, eloquently expressed how they are dancing in the raindrops of the movies, aiming to harmonize with the films and explore the untold stories behind monumental events. One of the things we always talk about is that we're dancing in the raindrops of the movies. So we're never wanting to step on the movies. We want to be in concert with the films. In our timeline, we're still not up to the current film that's coming up. We have a lot of time to play with. So we're looking at what happened to characters behind these big monumental events you've seen in the features. And we're getting to learn more about that. As Monarch, Legacy of Monsters debuts on Apple TV on Friday, November 17th, it ventures into unexplored territories of the Monsterverse, teasing the possibility of unraveling the rich lore surrounding iconic titans and the colossal creation of Mecha-Godzilla. The show's unique position in the timeline promises a trove of untapped narrative potential, ensuring it won't be short of captivating storylines in the ever-expanding Monsterverse.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.